Hello, my beautiful Earth Soul family. Uh, Welcome to the channel, our self love journey. You're talking or listening to Janae Nay, or just Janae. And I'm coming into you, I think, video number 10 or 11. We're really getting them in there. Okay, I'm proud of myself. Um, I didn't record a video for yesterday, so there wasn't one to upload today. Um, I really needed the day. It's been a long week. I haven't had a day off. I just got off of work now. I have worked. I haven't had a day off. So we're like on day. I don't even know. I don't even know. What I do know is that I wanted to make sure that I delivered a message today because the energies have been heavy. We are in Eeyore season. Scorpios, y'all, listen, my Scorpios, y'all are a lot. And this year it's been extra a lot. The energies for Scorpio season have been just heavy. And for those of you who've watched any of my other videos, you know that I'm a hairdresser. I have several other ventures as well, but my everyday career, my first love is hair, and I manage a salon, and I hear everything that's kind of going on in the universe, and the collective conversation has been relationships. And I knew this was going to tie in just right on with my self love journey because one of the biggest catalysts for me, even which I've said in one of my other videos, the start of my self love journey was a relationship that went all the way left in so many ways. And I've already told y'all I'm not talking at you, I'm speaking to you because I'm speaking to myself. So I'm always checking myself, bringing back in my principles, my situations. So I put in my story. I'm here to be open and honest and transparent, because if I'm not, how am I supposed to explain my self-love journey? How am I supposed to explain to you what I've been through? So I'm not here to out anybody or put anybody's business out there, and I'm not going to do that. But I am going to tell my truth and my story. um there's been a lot going on, and I'm going to kind of simplify and break down a lot of things because I'm eventually going to have to put all that out there. But right now, there's a lot of energies going on. I've been very emotional this week. um More so the last couple days, I've been picking up on some energies that aren't technically all mine. And for you, some of those of you empaths out here who know what I'm talking about, some of you light workers and healers, y'all already know. Y'all already know. Y'all out here just trying to survive. So let me send out extra energy and love to my light workers, my healers, uh, just all of you out here trying to raise the vibration on this planet that is very low and in the lowest season of the year. I love you guys. I respect what we have to do, what y'all going through. Um, if y'all need a little bit of encouragement, drop me a message or a little comment. But I'm just sending you guys some love because I know what's going on out here. I know what it feels like, and it is rough out here. So, let's get to it. So, the theme of the message today is your current relationship building you up or helping to break you down? I think I just said a mouthful there. I'm gonna read that one more time because sometimes we miss it. We didn't hear it, and we need a double take. Is your current relationship building you up or helping to break you down? And that's not just people who are in relationships. For those of you who are single, For those of you who aren't in relationships, I'm with y'all. I'm right there with you. That also includes the relationship that you have with yourself. It doesn't always have to be romantic relationships. They can be platonic relationship, karmic relationships, relationships with your family members, with friends. So this can go for so many things. Because as a living being, you have relationships with people. Whether you want to or not, you have to interact with the collective energies out here. And not all of those relationships are beneficial to your mental, spiritual, energetic self. Your everything. Sorry, it's been a lot today. And after some of the conversations that I just had at the shop, it's just, I am feeling all of the feels right now. So I'm trying to get myself together because, like I said, I'm not trying to be crying up here. Do I know it's probably going to happen one day? Yes. Does it need to be video 10 or today? No. Can I control what happens at this point? No. I'm not going to press stop on the video and re-record. Yeah, I'm as authentic as possible. I don't even crop these videos and mess with them. I literally record them and I sent them to y'all. So y'all are getting me in my true authentic first cut. I don't redo nothing. What comes out comes out. It's what's supposed to be out, and I give it to y'all live and raw, just like if it was a live feed. So let's jump in this. I'm trying to decipher how I'm going to give this message. I'm feeling so many of the emotions. I'm trying to get myself together because there's a lot going on right now. I have a lot of people around me that are really going through. And I pick that up. I can feel the energies, and it just makes me sad. And so I'm in a very sad energy. I'm probably going to end up crying in this video. I feel it because today has been such sadness. I've heard some really just awful stories, and all pertaining to just relationships and people going through and not feeling worthy of love, of anybody caring about them. And I know what that feels like, to feel like you are alone. You are the only person out here going through the pains and struggles that you are, and nobody cares about you, nobody loves you. First, let me just say I love you. If you have not heard that, if no one said that to you, if you don't feel that, let me give you some of my energy and send out some love. I love you. Those of you who are part of my Earth Soul family, those of you who are new, those of you who are stepping in, my now 4 subscribers, I love you guys. I want you to know that somebody out here gives an F about you. Somebody cares about your well-being. If I didn't, I wouldn't even do this channel. I wouldn't be sitting here because I'm not feeling it, but I knew the heaviness of this message and I had to throw some light out there, some guidance, because I'm probably going to get off this thing and just cry myself all the way home, and then go in my room and do some more crying. Which it makes me sound like a big old crybaby, and I'm not, but there's a lot of heaviness. And I already told you the other message was you got to feel it, to heal it, then release and clear it. So this ties into that. We're in the middle of all the feels. We're feeling all of this heaviness and all this sadness. So, I'm going to give a little, I don't know. I'm going to just speak. There's a lot of people who are settling for less because they feel less than. they're accepting any type of treatment. And some of it's always less, not less than. Some of it is just your heart's so big and so open. You just want people to feel loved. You want people to feel cared for. You want people to know that someone cares for them. And sometimes in giving out so much of yourself and trying to love somebody, they can pull you under with them. It's like having one life preserve, and both of you are drowning, and you're trying to share it, and you're thinking, hey, if we each just hang off the side of this, it'll help us keep us afloat a little bit. But that person is so scared and so starved and so worried, instead of their brains thinking, let's share, they are in self-preservation. They're trying to dunk you under and push you off just so they can jump on it and get a breath. And you're just like, hey, I'm trying to share with you. I want us both to survive. And they're not even registering share. They're just thinking, I got to save myself. And if that means pushing you under, even though you're trying to share what you had with me, then that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm in myself right now. I'm in my selfish. I'm not even thinking. I'm trying to survive. And in survival, just like in war, sometimes there's casualties to war, even if that's an internal war. And I've had to learn that I have to step out of some other battle sometimes, because I can step into a battle that has nothing to do with me and end up being a casualty to someone else's war. I really hope that this message is fluid, because there's so much that is popping all over the place, and I may have to break this down into more than one, because we're already 12 minutes in, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, so y'all bear with me. Be careful in your self-love journey. Loving others is a good thing. But I always tell you guys, you have to love from a full cup. You can't love from an empty cup. You can't love from starvation, because then you end up starving to death yourself. You got to feed yourself. Just like in an airplane, when the air drops and they drop down those things, you got to put your mask on first before you put on somebody else's. That's how you help somebody else and then pass out. And you can't guarantee that someone else is going to try to help you. You've got to make sure you're taken care of first so you can help others. Especially because in that desperation of trying to help someone who's so desperate they can drown you while you're trying to save them. So when you're trying to love on people, let's say you're in a relationship and you are giving, pouring, loving, and the other person is not reciprocating at all. They're not loving you back. They're not pouring anything in. They don't talk to you, not do nothing, because they're in a bad way. And you just want to be there for them, and you're giving. You're just like, why won't they accept that love? Why won't they? Even if you're not looking for anybody to reciprocate. But energetically, you are just, you're starting to take on the heaviness. There are times where we have to step up out of that and realize that you can only love somebody and get them to understand to love themselves as much as they're willing to put that love into them. If someone doesn't love themselves, or they don't know how to love themselves, they don't know how to accept love either. They don't know how to love you properly either. So remember that a starving person, and there's some, like my light worker, there's some that the first thing they think of is, how do I share? How do I help? But the majority are gonna sneak and eat that whole piece of food. Y'all both starving, and they find a banana, and y'all are in the middle of nowhere. They gonna scarf the whole banana down, be like, I need all this. I know I should share, but I can't. I need it all. I need all these calories. I just need to eat it all. It's not, I don't always fault that person, because you're in fight or flight. But make sure that you are loving from overflow. Because if not, that's gonna it's gonna drain and drown you. Also, make sure that you are not sacrificing yourself and your well-being for that person, situation, thing, whatever it is. Besides you parents, kids come first. They didn't ask to be here. I'm here all day with that. This is those I'm talking to, my grown folks who are supposed to be taking care of their own responsibilities. Your worth is not tied into another person. How someone else talks about you, talks about how they feel about you, whatever they say, no matter how much you love them, that is not the scope or even the truth of what your worth is. It has nothing to do. Your worth has nothing to do with how someone else treats you. That has everything to do about how they think about themselves. Most of that time, it has nothing to do with you. People love you from the place that they can love themselves. Remember that. Because so many times we take on that baggage and that heaviness. We take that responsibility on. We blame ourselves, and we make it about us, when really we need to realize that it's a lack in them. It's something missing in them. And you can't find that for somebody else. You can unconditionally love somebody to the end of the earth, and they can be so broken and so lost that they don't even understand why you love them. They will never be able to just give you all the love that you're craving, feeling like you need and want back from that empty space. And it won't just all of a sudden build them up. If they don't see the emptiness in themselves and willing to work on that and heal and love themselves, they are never going to be able to love you in that way. Please do not put that heaviness on yourself. Do not put that burden on yourself. Sometimes some people have to heal first. Also, do not stop your forward progression, your growth, your movement, your health of self by waiting on that person to catch up with you. Because like I said, they're going to drag you back out into the tide. You've been through your lesson. You are actively working. Stop taking steps back so that you can let someone climb up on you. You had to do the work, right? Let them do the work. Because you'll forever be build-a-bearing somebody. You will forever be trying to teach someone how to authentically love themselves. They'll never do it for themselves or really learn it. I'm giving out the blueprint. You can teach without sacrificing yourself in the process. And I'm speaking from a place of knowledge firsthand. I have loved people who could not love me back because they could not love themselves. They could not heal. They refused to heal. They refused to love themselves back because it hurt too much. looking at the shadows and the pain and the hurt and the things that's happened to them hurt too much. So it was easier just to hurt me instead. It was easier to throw that love back, boomerang it, and then throw some of that emptiness with it. But I understand that brokenness. I understand the depths and darkness of it. And so in that understanding, I had to learn how to pull my energy out of that, because I was going to be a casualty of someone else's war that I had nothing to do with. Sometimes we stick our fingers, toes, hands, bodies into things we had no business in. We stop things and blame people because you missed out on this or that, or you didn't do this because you was waiting on somebody else or hoping and wishing. What's for you is for you. If it's not for you, then it won't be. But open yourself up to what the universe wants for you in the best way. Not what you're holding on to because you're afraid to let go, or because it makes you sad or it hurts you, or because you so badly want that person or that situation or that thing that you can't see anything past it. Don't be so fixed that there's no room for things to bend or move. What if the universe has someone else in store for you, or something else, or another avenue for you that is supposed to heal you or teach you or nurture you or nourish you, and you're so stuck in something else and someone else's pain and someone else's stuff, and hoping and longing, wishing and holding, and your whole entire gifting passes you by. Your prosperity, your love, whatever it may be, that whole gift that was going to be given to you from the universe, the powers that be, whatever, is being gifted to you, and you basically saying, I don't want that, I'm waiting for this over here. Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself. Do you want to go through your dark night all over again? This whole journey is cyclical. It's not linear. It's not in a straight line. It's cyclical. It's going to come back around. If you don't learn that lesson, guess what? You're going to do it again. Now, I know you don't want to do it again. Or you're going to do it again in someone else's journey because you sat back and waited. And so if you just went through a year of hell and turmoil and pain and learned all that stuff, and now you're about to go through a whole another year of it because now you've jumped into someone else's journey, someone else's timeline, because you refused to ascend and rise to your higher place because you were afraid of what was on the other side, or you were just so locked into someone else or something else. Listen, if that other person isn't willing to make them sacrifices for you that you've done for them, if that other person isn't willing to step forward and speak to you and be open and honest and transparent with you like you are with them, if someone isn't willing to face their demons or their hurts or their pains, to run towards you like you did for them, then it's time for you to back it up. It is time for you to refocus that love inside of you and let them figure their situation out. Because it will build a resentment, it will build a pain, it will build a hurt, it will build a loss that you were never supposed to experience. You were never supposed to take that on. If that person cared about you, if that person loved you, if that person wanted that enough, they would step up out of that ego and come on over to you. And at some point, that person may do that. But they may not be in that place right there. And you're sitting there probably thinking, well, why aren't they communicating that to me? Why aren't they speaking to me? Why aren't they telling me that? I don't know. Think about where you were in your darkest places. We all don't process things the same way. We all don't heal the same way. We all don't come to our understandings the same way. So sometimes we have to step up out of our own understanding and just say, it's not for me to understand. It's not for me to heal you. I can love you from a distance. and I can hold a space for you back here. But I want my gifts. I want my gifts from the universe. I want my prosperity. I want my love. I want my things. I worked hard for them. And if it's you on the other side of that, if you are the unhealed one, have enough. Have enough care to let that person know, or have a little insight to your heart. Don't think that they know just because you gave out some hints, or they just should know. No one knows what you're thinking unless you speak it. If it's in your head, then it's in your head. If you dropped out clues and hints, this ain't a scavenger hunt of feelings. People don't know. Don't assume. Tell them. And even if it's just that I'm not in a place. Even if it's just I'm healing. I can't do this. Release them, people. Don't be selfish and keep them bound because you don't want to let them go, because you're scared they'll move on or somebody else will discover that amazingness and you'll miss out because you weren't ready to heal or grow. That is wrong. Let that person be, or grow with them. Be ready to take that journey on and have that conversation, or let them go and tell them. Free that person from that pain. Those of you who are on the other side of that are trying to come into this healing journey, because you owe yourself the time to be with yourself and learn yourself without worrying about someone else's heart attached to it and feeling the guilt of that, because then you won't have the time to heal you because you'll be still worried about this other person. If you know that you're not in a place to do that, spare them in love and honesty. They need that. They need that. Give that to them. Stop sitting around in the silence of yourself and refusing. And if you feel like you can't have that, you can't activate your throat chakras, that you don't have the courage, tenacity, whatever, to speak it up, I never suggest doing it in a text, because communicating those type of feelings in a text is just not right. It isn't, right? People can't understand context in a text. You can write a letter. Now, this is speaking from somebody who is a writer, somebody who is quick to send a long text. Write a full letter, a detailed letter with real feelings in it, or do a voice message, a long voice message, not some little 2-minute clip. Do a voice message with all your feelings really out there, so they can hear the influx of your voice. They can hear that. Because when you're basing that off of a text message, people can read it with whatever influx they want to. You don't know how they're going to pick that up. I have sent stuff out that was so heartfelt and was so real to me, and then I realized once they read it and they picked it up a whole different way. People understand from their own place of understanding and their own ego. They can't jump into your mind. So sometimes words don't translate. But the best thing, especially on this healing journey, is speaking and activating those. Try to activate them throat chakras. Even if you need to tell that person, hey, I want to talk to you. I really want to be transparent and honest with you, but I need you to just not talk at all. I need you to just be quiet. And ask them, can you just listen to me? Let me get everything out so that I can explain myself to you. And then when I'm done, I can give you the floor. But let me get everything out first. Don't interrupt me. I feel like most people would be reasonable enough to do that. And if they can't, then maybe you need to step back out of that. Step back. Send them a letter. Or just tell them, listen, I'm trying to be open and honest and transparent with you, but I don't feel like I can speak to you honestly and openly. I don't feel like you'll receive me. But put that out there, because that's going to give you a peace of mind, and eventually them. For some of us more mature ones. And if not, this is a part of your journey to jump on over to this side. And some of you, y'all can grow together. Some of y'all can grow together. But you both have to be on the same page. There has to be open, honest communication. And that comes with a lot of self-love and healing. Being able to openly communicate your feelings and your truth. So, I'm here to help you guys. And I know this message kind of seems a little bit all over the place. It does to me, because I guess I'm the one speaking and other things are starting to come up. But really, it's coming through. Is your current relationship building you up or helping break you down? And if it is helping to break you down, let it go. That's not love. That is not love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not arrogant or boastful. I don't know all of it, but that's what I heard in my head. And I knew that I was supposed to say that it's not about what you believe or this or that. But we can all believe that love is patient. Love is kind. And it's not the things that I listed. Love is not ego. Love is not arrogance and making someone feel beneath you. Love is healing. Love makes you feel good. Love makes you feel cared for, wanted, reciprocated. Love isn't empty. Love isn't crying every day. Love isn't wondering if that person even cares about you. Love isn't questioning yourself or how someone else feels about you, because love is clarity. Love is not confusion. Love isn't breadcrumbing. Love isn't silence and ignoring you, not calling or texting you back or responding to you for days and weeks and months. Love is open communication. Even if you don't feel like talking, openly communicating that. Love is letting the people in your life in on where you're at. Love is honesty and truth. No matter where it falls in that. Even if you don't have those feelings for that person, tell them that's real love. Is telling them that. Freeing them from that. And not keeping them tucked underneath your arm for a rainy day for an ego boost to make yourself feel better. And what does that say about you? What does that say about the person that you are, those of you on the other side of that? Yo, we got to do better. Because we out here hurting other people and scarring other people and creating more misery and pain and darkness out here. Y'all out here traumatizing people. Good people. Who were nothing but love and light. And we need as much as that as possible. I need those of you who are not healed, who are out here breaking people and scarring them and traumatizing them, to step back for once and see yourself the way you are. And realize what you are doing to this other person. And having enough, I don't know, give a F. At least enough of that to say, I don't want to traumatize someone else to be like the traumatized self that I am. I'm so traumatized by love. I'm so traumatized by relationships, by what I've been through. I'm so traumatized by my relationships, whether they're with my parents or my siblings or my friends or my significant others, because of what I've been through. Now I'm out here traumatizing another good soul, somebody else who was once like me. But now I'm so low vibrational, and I need to soak up all the feelings and stuff that I'm going to traumatize another good soul. Don't do that. Don't do that. please at least just have enough care to not do that. Because there's a lot of selfishness out here. People love, they want what they can get out of it. But not everybody. Some of us light workers out here love because we understand what it feels like to not have, to not be loved, to not have nothing. And we just want the world to feel that. We want someone else to feel loved because we don't want them to feel the alternative, because we know what it feels like. And y'all out here abusing those type of people. Them people we need out here. We need them, those light workers. It is dark out here, y'all. And we need to lift up the vibration as much as possible, because it is getting scary. You see how these poor kids out here are going through things and being traumatized and worried. I'm worried about what's going to happen to a lot of these kids as they're adults. Because I have a lot of friends and people in my lives who were traumatized as children and young adults. I was one of them. But I used that to build, because I knew what it felt like. I didn't want anybody else to feel that way. But I also, on the other hand, saw the ones who wanted others to hurt because they hurt. That is not the way to go about it. Be the person in the world that you needed. Be the light that you needed to get you through that dark tunnel. Light that candle for somebody else. Turn that flashlight on for somebody else. Okay, guys, I'm getting a little passionate about this, a little worked up. I need to bring it back. But for real, guys, I see a lot of pain today. And I'm feeling all of it. And so I just wanted to say, don't break other people down. And if you're one of those that is broken, all that love that you have in you, turn it back on yourself. Love yourself. You say, how do I do that? Look in the mirror and tell you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not loving me the way that or look at you and say, I'm sorry for not loving you the way I should have. I'm sorry for not being the greatest example and embodiment of the love that you deserve, that you deserved and should have been receiving. I'm sorry for not caring for you first. I'm sorry for not seeing how amazing you are. I'm sorry for not seeing the gift that you are to this world. I'm sorry for not putting you first. I'm sorry for not protecting you from those, from that darkness, from that pain. I'm sorry for not protecting you from that train wreck of a person. I'm sorry for throwing you into a battlefield that you had nothing to do with. Apologize to yourself for not protecting yourself. And then love yourself. Love yourself for the amazing person that you are. Even if you need to, you know what I said about my journal? Write down all the things that you like about yourself. And that may be hard to do. Start with one thing every day. Even if it's physical. Write it. Say, Janae, I love your eyes. If you don't like anything about yourself physically, which we're going to get you to a place where you do. Janae, I love your heart. There's a collective soul family. I love how funny you are. I love how you make me laugh. I love how... And you're saying this to yourself, the things you love about yourself, or the things that you start to notice, or even the things you hear other people say that you may not see in yourself, that you need to see in yourself. Write down what other people have said about you. I love how strong you are. I love how kind you are. I love that you see the good in everybody before you see the bad. I love that you have such an optimistic view on people and of life. I love that you stand up for other people, whatever it may be. And every day, make it a point to write down something. And if you can't think of anything at all, go to the people in your life and ask them, hey, what do you like about me? Or what's something good about me? Ask people, see how they see you. And then be the reflection of that by recognizing what that is. Start to look into that. And on the other side, If you ask that question and nobody has anything good to say, you really need to be on my journey. Because now it's time to mend those things. Now it's time to actually be a better person. If you're not such a good person, it's time to be now. So welcome, my new Earth Soul family. Those of you who may be on the darker side of this equation and there is no good, which I believe there's good in everybody. There's a love in everybody. But if you can't find anything and this message is hitting you and you're realizing that, well, that was the first step. Welcome. We love you. I love you for recognizing that about yourself and finally taking the steps towards being better. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the family. You are loved. Somebody cares about you. That's why I did this. I did this channel because I wanted the people who didn't feel like anybody cared to understand that someone cares. And you're like, you don't know me. How do you care? I care because you're my Earth Soul family. I care because you hurt and you don't feel like anybody cares. And I want you to know that somebody does. I have a heart for those who are in the place of feeling like nobody on this planet cares one iota about me if I died today or not. I do. Because I've been there, and it would have been everything for just one person to have said that to me. One person. And luckily I'm strong enough, and I was the first one, I guess, to take the path. And so I'm here to send that love to that person to say, I care. I care. You deserve a place here. You deserve to be here. The world would not be better without you. We need you. There was a purpose for you to be here. Let's find your light so that now you can walk in it and you can see what your purpose is and why you're here. You're worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of the love that you give out. And if you don't give out any love, you are worthy to be loved. You are worth being loved. Earth Soul family, I know this was a little heavy, but I knew this was the message I was supposed to give out today. And I like to be silly and joke around, but it just wasn't here today. Somebody needed to feel this. Somebody needed to feel this energetic hug. And I'm sending that out in this video. I'm sending you out an energetic hug. I'm sending you out energy of love and care and concern. Your life matters. You being here matters. It would not, the world wouldn't be the same without you in it. Something would be lost and missing here without you in it. Because even if you're in your south node and you're in your darkness, well, you never fulfilled the greatest part of your path, what you were supposed to be here for. Even those who think that, oh, there's nothing for me, I'm too dark or too empty or too evil or too bad. You're just broken. Somebody hurt you. You just need to heal and mend so that you can walk in your path and be who you're supposed to be, so that you can finally see why you're so worthy, why you're so amazing, why you're so loved. And you're loved. It's just that you're blocking all the love that's supposed to be coming to you. All right, Earth Soul family. This is the longest video I've done. We're almost at 45 minutes. So I'm going to stop this now because I really want people to see this video. And I'm worried that at this long, you may not click on it. But the powers that be know who's supposed to have this, and those who are supposed to see it will see it. So, Earth Soul family, I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this channel and my energy. Thank you for listening to me. I hope this helped someone. You are loved. You are cared for. And you matter. And the world would not be the same without you in it. There's something great for you. There's greatness in you. There's magnificence in you. I'm here to help you see it. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have the greatest evening. You see, it's getting dark, so I'm going to get out of here so I'm not driving in the rain in the dark, but I love you so much. I hope this was healing to you. Take time out for yourself and just soak this message in. It's time for you to start loving yourself. I love you guys. Have a great evening. Bye, my Earth Soul family.